The chapter begins with Marco saying, "Thanks for the ride, Yoy," and Shanks asking if Marco really isn't joining the crew. Marco laughs and tells him to quit dreaming. He says that he is too old and worn out to keep playing babysitter for great pirates. Marco then says, "See ya," and flies away. The scene then switches to Wano, where the Straw Hats proclaim, "Seriously, you're not coming with us? Come on, be a pirate." Sanji then says, "Say it ain't so, Yamato-chan." Yamato then responds to the Straw Hats by saying, "You probably already know this, but that forest guy was only driven off thanks to whoever caused that immense burst of haki. Kaido might be gone now, but his absence has opened up the floodgates for guys like that to pour into the country. Can't just abandon everybody now, can I? Besides, I doubt either of us would enjoy our adventures if we were always worrying about Wano. But man, I really want to be one of you, to be a real crewmate." Luffy responds to Yamato by saying, "I guess you got a point. It would be a load off my mind. Okay, I'll leave Momo and the others to you." Marco then arrives and calls out to Luffy, "Straw Hat! There's a ship nearby that'll give me a lift, so we'll be heading off first, Yoy." Luffy then shouts, "Marco, you're leaving already." They then begin to reminisce about the Summit War, and Luffy remembers that he never got to thank Marco for saving him. Marco then says, "Back then we all seemed so ready to spring into action. Makes you wonder why doesn't it, Jinbe?" Jinbe then laughs and says, "That was a while ago, who could say?" Marco then addresses Straw Hat and says, "I'm sure Ace would be proud to see how far you've come, Yoy." Luffy then laughs and says, "Oh yeah?" Marco then begins to fly off and shouts, "The times belong to you youngsters now. Stay strong." The scene then switches to Amazon Lily, where Boa Hancock says, "This is the first time in history men have invaded like this. The town is in bad shape. As long as I'm here, the Navy won't stop coming. But where in the world would I go? Since it's come to this, I think I'd better go and marry Luffy." The scene then switches to a few weeks prior when the Navy have attacked Amazon Lily and shout, "The gates are down! We're under fire! The Kuja are resisting!" Navy Vice Admiral Yamakaji then orders, "Deploy the new pacifistas. The Seraphims should be on the front lines." He then says, "Still not ready to come out and face us, Hancock?" Marguerite then says, "Who is that? I can't fight a child." The Seraphim then raises her hand and shoots a beam from her hand, destroying whatever it was that stood in front of her. A Navy soldier then shouts, "Warship spotted! Watch the stern!" An announcement is then made, "Attention! Report from the shore! Pirates incoming!" Somebody then shouts, "An Emperor's crew is here! The Blackbeard pirates! It's a seaquake!" Blackbeard then laughs and shouts, "I've come for the Empress! I won't let a power like hers fall into the Navy's clutches." Katarina Devon then laughs and says, "That Hancock, what a gorgeous face. Her head will make a wonderful trophy after wringing her neck." Blackbeard then says, "You can have your way with her after we take her powers." Vasco Shot then says, "Hang on. Don't you think we could have more fun with her if we took her alive?" A Navy soldier then shouts, "Vice Admiral, we need you to give the order to engage Blackbeard." Vice Admiral Yamakaji responds and says, "Hold fire until we hear from HQ." Blackbeard then shouts, "I'm not here for you fleas." Blackbeard then orders, "Get out here, Boa Hancock." Koby then says, "Can't say I'm surprised. We expected other pirates to want a piece of the former warlords." He then shouts, "Hancock, the Navy isn't looking for a fight. If you surrender yourself to us, I promise we'll leave immediately." Boa Marigold says, "Let us handle this sister." Boa Sandersonia then says, "This hero of theirs sure is conceited." Hancock then screams, "Don't waste your breath. I'll never submit to another's captivity." The Gorgon sisters then shout, "Wait, sister, don't do it." Blackbeard's men then shout, "Commodore Teach, save us. Nothing phases this thing." Blackbeard then looks fearful and says, "Wait, you're kidding. White hair, brown skin, and black wings." He then says, "You guys aren't serious. This kid took all of you down by himself. Don't tell me. He's a pacifista?" Blackbeard then shouts, "Damn it! A pacifista brat! What the hell is going on?" Blackbeard then clashes with the Seraphim and shouts, "Black hole!" Blackbeard's darkness then spreads across the floor, engulfing it. We are then shown Hancock, who shouts, "Slave arrow!" She then shoots love arrows at the Navy, turning them to stone. Koby then shouts, "Helmeppo, you too, Vice Admiral Yamakaji." Both were turned to stone. Koby then shouts, "Hey, pacifista, stop that! You'll smash the people who've been turned to stone. Stop right now! That's an order." Hancock then shouts, "Perfume!" However, she was too late, and Blackbeard proceeded to grab her by the neck. He then says, "Snake Princess! I've had my eye on your power for quite a while. Most of the morons on my crew are petrified. You sure got us good." Hancock then says, "Get your filthy hands off me. My beauty is what makes my power formidable." Koby then says, "What should I do? Everyone's been turned to stone." Hancock then states, "If you kill me, all your little friends will remain statues forever. Whoever inherits my powers won't be able to release them." Koby then says to himself, "I knew it, Boa Hancock is far trickier than anyone expected." Blackbeard then says to Koby, "Seems like we're at a bit of an impasse, doesn't it, hero? You did me a favor at Rocky Port, which made it possible for me to drive out Ochoku and become the boss of Pirate Island. If I unhand the woman, do you reckon she'd play nice and change everyone back to normal?" Koby then says that it'd be a headache if she didn't restore the Marines. Hancock then responds by saying, "I'll do it, if you two get off my island." Blackbeard then shouts, "You know I just don't buy it. The way I see it, if I let go, you'd just turn us to stone, right? I honestly don't think any man can resist your charms. This is a real head-scratcher, but I guess I gotta kill ya." Koby then screams, "Please wait! Don't throw all those lives away!" A mysterious figure then arrives on the island and says, "I knew the Navy would lay siege to the island, but I didn't think the terrain here would get this devastated." He then shouts, "Sorry I'm late, Hancock." Stunned and surprised, everyone shouts, "Dark King Rayleigh!" Riley then says, "Whitebeard's old apprentice, huh? I know it's immature to admit this, but I really don't like you." Rayleigh then says, "Hancock, release everybody that's been turned to stone. I will ensure this de-escalates without issue. Then the invaders will leave the island. I won't allow any funny business." The scene then switches to the present day, where Shakuyaku says, "I'm so glad you managed to survive that. It's thanks to you, Rayleigh. Progress sometimes causes new problems. Even the Calm Belt isn't safe anymore with Vegapunk's sea-stone paddle-ships out there." Gloriosa then says, "Between the Navy's new weapons and Blackbeard's arrival, I thought we were done for." Rayleigh then says, "To be frank, we got lucky. Circumstances allowed me to resolve things with my reputation. I've gotten old. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't win a head-on fight against Blackbeard these days." Hancock then says, "From the sounds of it, the Navy are looking to replace the 7 warlords with those new weapons." The Gorgon sisters then say, "Even after everything, those two didn't have a single scratch on them. It was bizarre. One of them looked just like Big Sis when she was a kid." We are then shown a ship at sea when someone on board says, "Yes, we'll be docking at Egghead Port soon. Regarding the kidnapping of Captain Koby, he has been abducted by one of the 4 emperors, Blackbeard. Captain Koby, the hero of the Rocky Port incident, current status is unknown." That concludes Chapter 1059. Make sure to like and subscribe as these videos take extremely long to make.